Hello, so today I'll be talking about one of the national standards for quality online courses. In particular, I'll be looking at standard E, which is accessibility and usability. And so, of course, to talk about this, we have to define what this is. This standard ensures that all learners can access all content and activities so that they can easily navigate and interact with all the course components, including materials, activities, and assessments as well. And so there are some regulations that have to be met for this to be possible. One of these is that online course navigation has to be logical, consistent, and efficient from the learner's point of view. The online course design has to facilitate readability. This includes whether it's font size or color or headings, and so on and so forth. The online course also has to provide accessible course materials and activities to meet the needs of diverse learners. This is where accessibility is really important and where it really comes in, because not everybody is able-bodied, and not everybody can learn in the same way. So there have to be other ways to make courses accessible for everyone to be able to have the same opportunity to learn. And this could include having closed captions added to videos, adding audio descriptions for visual descriptions, for visuals in courses, and even things like making it accessible that one can access the website through the keyboard and not just the mouse interface. Another regulation is that the course multimedia must facilitate ease of use. And lastly, the vendor accessibility statements are provided for all technologies required in the course. And so in summary, this regulation standard entails making sure that all students have an equal opportunity to learn by making learning resources accessible for learners to engage with. And a real life example, like I mentioned before, like adding closed captions to video lectures, adding audio descriptions to visuals, making sure that things like headings and bodies are separated so that if somebody is using a reader, it's able to tell them what's happening. And so I actually found a resource that one can use, particularly an instructor, a teacher could use to help them to know how to make their online courses accessible. So I'm going to go there. And what this does is that it actually gives you some real life examples of things that one can do to make their online class more accessible. And so it starts off by describing why accessibility is important, which we've kind of talked about already, and it isn't static, of course. It talks about the different kind of accessibility, but it also gives examples with visuals of how accessibility can be added to online courses and even a checklist. And some of these include having color contrast, even font size and the type of font one can use when making courses to make it easier for accessibility, as well as the font size as well, the organization with headings, try not to make them out of order. In terms of multimedia, one of the ways it talks about, just like I mentioned, is making sure that the video is captioned, but not only that it's captioned, like with the automatic translator, but making sure that it's accurate. And if it isn't captioned, the instructor, we have to do it ourselves so that our students have the opportunity to learn. Another way you can do this is by even adding a transcript, even to the resource, to the video as well. And it goes on to describe many more ways that, just like I mentioned before, that you can make online courses more accessible, like having alternate text with images and such. And so back to the course, back to the PowerPoint. This is just a brief summary of what the national standards for quality online courses. in particular the standard E, accessibility and usability, and how instructors um, can use it to make sure that they're giving all their learners an opportunity to learn equally. Thank you.